Now that we have the files downloaded, let's open up the files, look at the Excel file, and click on the feeder schedule. Now the headers of this feeder schedule are going to map to parameters that we create in Revit. And the feeder designator is what the user will enter in Revit. So let's open up the Revit file and take a look. We have a couple of conduit runs already drawn in where we have conduit and conduit fittings. And you can see that there's no shared parameters associated with these yet. You can look at the conduit run and there's no parameters associated with that either. Now if we go to the Manage tab and look at the macros, we have set up a couple of macros and we need to do these in sequential order. If we click Set Up Shared Parameter File, we have a shared parameter file set up. Create shared parameters in that shared parameter file is the second step. Now the third step here, we can add those parameters to elements in our project. Now if I click on the conduit now, I have those shared parameters included in my project. And that will be in the whole conduit run as well. You do that once, and now when you want to change information in a conduit run, of all elements in a conduit run, all you have to do is change one feeder designator parameter in that conduit run. You can see that there's no parameters, or the other parameters have not been filled out yet for any of the other elements in the conduit run. Now we're entering in this specific feeder designator, so Revit will pull in this data into all the elements in that conduit run when we select this macro here. I'm going to run this, double clicking. Now when we go back to our project, it'll run through a couple steps. You can turn these off in the macro, a couple stop points for debugging. But once it's done, you can select on that same conduit again. You can see that the other data has been populated. And this will have happened for all elements connected in this conduit run as well. So really you only have to update one piece of the conduit run to update everything in the conduit run.